The Share Pickers Weekend Podcast with Justin, Paddy, Peter and Steve. The content of this podcast is not intended as investment advice. It is for information purposes only. People in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy anything based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Welcome to the Weekend Podcast. I'm joined by Paddy and Steve. You're all right, lads?
Hello.
Hello.
And, of course, Pete can't be here because he's down in the mall there, dressed up in his finery. You know, they interviewed him on telly. You know, he's waiting for just a glimpse of the royal family. But they caught him on telly yesterday. Do you see him? He was looking very excited, you know, standing there.
He's a real royalist, isn't he?
Yeah, he had the hat on with all those badges on it, you know.
He's looking quite cool, I thought.
Yeah, it came across a bit odd. The thing is, he was so excited, his voice was a bit different. He was very high-pitched. And long live the king! Long live the king! And he was looking a bit special, you know. So I thought, calm it down, Pete, because he's a real royalist, Peter is, you know. But have you seen, I don't understand, as I've chatted with him, but I don't understand why people do that. Do you understand why people are just standing there for days on end, waiting to see...
Doesn't your wife want to go down there?
What?
Doesn't your wife want to go down there?
No, well, in fact, I can't see what she said.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
No, she said you want to go to the Westminster Abbey bit, in fact, in the posh bit, not with all the rest of the word she said, I can't repeat.
What, she wants to be in the church?
Yeah, she said, I like a nice invite, yeah. Not with all the rest of the shitters, she said. And I thought, why? Why do people want to stand there and wait for another human, just a glimpse of a human? I don't understand the mentality of that. Do you understand that? Do you understand why people stay days on end? This guy was there. He said, well, I shouldn't tell this for anybody. This is where I'm sleeping. And he's been there for like last Thursday on this bed under some tarpaulin. I'm thinking, what are you doing? I don't understand what you're doing. Do you understand that? Can you get your head around what they're doing, those people?
But it's the same with I can't. There is nothing in my life where I would do that for at all. And but there are certain people who if either they're even if Spurs are in a cup final, I'm pretty sure I still wouldn't queue up overnight to get in. I just watch it on TV.
Yeah. But I see people, you know, the Madame Tussauds, for example, queuing outside Madame Tussauds to watch waxworks of fame. They're wax, they're queuing. If those were real celebrities in there, I still wouldn't queue for them. But you get people queuing for waxworks. But I don't understand.
You can't even use the excuse that they'll grow out of it because most of them are over the age of, 50 anyway. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a good chance of opportunity now to sterilise them all because those people are breeding. They are breeding, and that's very dangerous. We're never going to be a nation, you know, whose output is going to progress and become an efficient economy with people like that giving birth.
Well, do you know what? I think in the grand scheme of things, I think they're probably the most harmless out of some people in this world.
Oh, they're not, Steve. No, they're not. No. They are. Most of those are serial killers.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
They're probably all vote Tory as well.
Okay, guys. By the way, there's another big event on this weekend. Have you heard about it? And it's a proper event. It's about, you know, in a society where there's people willing just to clap, oh, it's a human with a posh hat on. I just see people talking about it. It's people around the world coming to this event where he's just putting a posh hat on. That's all he's doing. How low is the bar? Go on, driving around in flash cars. Anyway, there's another event going on where, you know, rather than just be born and that's it, you're entitled to lots of money and avoid tax and all that stuff. There's a person who's achieved a lot in life and in a different part of the world, and there are thousands of people going to see him this weekend. Do you know what it is, boys? Do you know what it is?
Your birthday, is it?
No, it's not my birthday.
I missed your birthday, thank God for that.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Do you know what it is, boys?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the annual shareholders meeting for Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Now that's very odd as well. There are 40,000 people turn out to see Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger just talk about the year, you know, and macroeconomics, anything. And literally they have to hire a massive, auditorium, and not only that, they hire some spare sort of gazebos, tents, whatever. What do you call them? The extensions, the posh tents, where people actually put screens up and watch them inside as well. They have extensions. Now, I don't understand that at all. Why would you go and do that? Watch Warren Buffett on the screen next to the auditorium which he's in talking about. That doesn't make any sense, does it? But anyway, at least there's a guy there who's achieved something in life and is a phenomenal investor and he's got a skill and a talent and he's risen to the top because of it, as opposed to the royal family who just get born, essentially, and you get to avoid all taxes and become billionaires. But, so that's but
where is it?
It's in,
Berkshire.
No, it's in Ohio, where he's from. Omaha, sorry. Omaha.
I mean, that's a big stadium, isn't it? Where is it an arena? Is it a Holiday Inn? Where do they do it?
I don't know. Warren Buffett annual meeting.
40,000 people.
You'd like to think you'd stretch the boat a little bit, wouldn't you?
It's the 59th.
The O2's 20,000, so it's 2 O2s.
Yeah. Well, that's how people turn out. It's nuts, isn't it? It's like, it's crazy. Annual meeting, 50th time, Saturday. Buffett, he's 92. He's a long-term investor. That's good, isn't he? Investor long-term. So
well,
where is it?
Probably not that much longer term.
Charlie is 99. Charlie Munger.
Guy with no legs.
Yeah. He doesn't look that old, does he? But here we are. Here we are, boys. There we are. Listen, what's your thoughts on AI? Yeah? AI? AI?
It's the future, but it's also the end of humans.
Yeah, do you know what? Funny enough, you say that. A friend of mine who I do video work with, he sent me this video of this app you plug into the video editing software that I use, and it basically edits a podcast for you. And it literally does. Apparently, the reviews on it, if you send it does it pretty much 95% accurate. And you go compared to what you do, and you go, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like a day's work done down in a couple of minutes.
See you later. Yeah, by humans.
How does it do that then? I don't understand.
Apparently, you assign the audio. I think it's quite similar to how radio stations do.
What do you mean?
It assigns the audio tracks to the microphones and the cameras, and then it works out who's speaking from the microphones, but it does quite clever things when more than one person speaks, goes to wide shots and things like that.
So it's tidying things up rather than making editorial decisions, but that'll come.
Probably, yeah.
Well, did you see recently there's been a AI fund manager set up, and it's beat Terry Smith, who's one of the best fund managers around in the last 3 months. It's beat him, his performance. It's like, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? What it's doing, AI. It's scary.
Well, but it's all it can do all of these things that you design in your various strategies that change every 3 months. It can have that and just scan everything, right? So it could look at,
and most importantly, it removes the emotion.
Completely, yeah. So it's going to be completely strict on those, and it will look into not only what's available, but it could probably be a little bit smarter and look into the personalities of the people making those decisions at those companies as well. Probably go to a whole nother level of research that's not easy for humans to do quickly. Yeah, man, it's all over.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it? So, I mean, I was listening to a guy called with ChatGPT on CNBC yesterday. He said, no, we don't need to worry about it taking over at the moment. I mean, we need to put places in...
Give it 5 years.
Yeah. It is worrying, isn't it? When you know who you're talking to. It's funny, making call up to, who is it? Some kind of call centre for something, for a utility company or something. I mean, hello, I'm Terry, how are you? And making them stop when, are you a robot? She said, yeah, no. But that's the way it's going to be in future, isn't it? You are going to get robots talking to you like that, and they'll be able to scan all the solutions within seconds, you know. But it's funny. But I'm on ChatGPT now, right? And I did say winning investment strategies, and it comes up with this: there's no one size fits all when it comes to investing, as different people have different goals, risk tolerances, and financial situations. However, there's some general winning investment strategies that can help you make informed decisions and achieve your investment goals. 1, diversify your portfolio. There's a bit more to that than that. 2, invest for the long term. 3, take advantage of tax advantage accounts. 4, invest in low-cost index funds. 5, avoid emotional decision-making. And 6, do your own research. And that's just the headlines of those 6 points. But it comes out very quickly, you know. Any questions you want to ask, boys, I'll ask them. Come on, Steve. Anything you want to ask? What's the point of King Charles? Oh, you should ask. Any questions, Steve?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay. You have any questions at all about life?
Maybe we'll do a Q&A at the end, shall we?
Yeah, it's anyway. Let's anyway. But do you know what's very odd? Did you see on the stocks on the weekend? XPF, right? Now we're trying to arrange a night out. Paddy never wants to come on a night out. He always makes excuses, so he can't do it. Nat's got tickets to rugby or something. What rugby? Anyway, what rugby are you talking about?
The Premiership final.
But when we booked you in, Pad, did you not say to Nat, we're doing something on this date, so put it in your diary? Clearly not.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You got him, Steve. You got him, man. Yeah. You got your arm behind his back, right? And he's against the car.
What happened with the rugby is her friend bought 4 tickets.
Oh, it's because it's excuse.
It's been passed on the line now. Not she didn't buy them. A friend bought them.
Yeah,
what you need to do is you need to tell her, get her to tell her friends to book it in the diary that we're going out, and then maybe we might be able to get you for a weekend.
Yeah. The problem is it's her team's sale that might be in the final, so even if there was a prior booking, it would have been removed for this. So
okay.
Is she into rugby then? Is she?
Yeah, really into rugby.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
She's quite strong, isn't she?
She's very strong. Yeah.
She's stronger than you.
Yeah, pound for pound, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does like proper weightlifting competitions, doesn't she?
Yeah. She passed her army PTI course this week.
Oh. And what's it like then? Do you wrestle with each other quite a lot in a friendly manner? Do you wrestle a lot, Pad?
Pretty regularly, yeah.
She gets your head between her legs and stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it goes off
moving on,
different directions. Yeah, moving on. Yeah. So, but talking about stocks this week. Do you see? Anyway, we're trying to book for XPF, right? Literally, you've got to book a month in advance. That's how busy they are. They're really busy.
Why is that not reflected in the share price?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It went down by 8% on Friday.
This is ridiculous. You need to tell the market this.
I know because they haven't any news of late, right? And the news
that's news. That is news.
I know. They will be coming up with a trading update soon. But it ended up by 8%. So what's going on? And do you know why that was? Because they announced a new broker at Nomad, right? Now, people assume that when you announce a new broker at Nomad, that they're going to be doing a fundraise. They don't need to raise funds, And now, anyway, they all have skin in the game. They're not going to do a silly fundraise, but they don't need to raise funds. They said in their trading update, I think they had 3.4 million at the end of the year, and now they're cash generative. So why do you need to raise funds if you're generating cash?
Surely they put that in the top line of the release, no? We do not need to raise funds. We're just changing broker.
Well, they can't say that, can they?
Why?
Because it's just broker change. They say we do not need it. Right, I don't know what meant to be. They showed 3.2 million at the end of the year, and the brokers forecasted that to be growing, steadily from this year onwards. So that cash pile. So I don't know. And at the moment, if you look at the valuation of this, we are talking. We look at the market cap up here. It's just they did phenomenally. They've gone from literally 7 million last year in revenue up to like 22 million this year. They're going to be in 2022. Now this year they're going to be close to 40 million and doing 6 million of EBITDA. So listen, on a 4 times EBITDA, which is ridiculously cheap. They're a 25 million market cap company. They're going to be doing more, revenue than that. A lot more than that this year. 15 million more than that this year. So it's this.
Surely there's ways of releasing that information to the market without doing constant releases, though. Like maybe some trade press or something. Like there has to be a way of publicising the success of your company.
Yeah. Well, if you go, I know exactly. But they are. I think they need to talk more because even the updates. So when's the last update they had? Trading update. XPF. Yeah, but it'll bounce back. But it's annoying because it is cheap now. It's like that's a good thing. It's cheap. If people want to invest in cheap stock and it's growing very quickly, this is it. So January 25th. So yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? January, February, March, April. I suppose they should do once in a quarter. They should do trading update companies. Really, not. I mean, so if you're dual listed, if you're listed like in Australia or Canada or America, then you have to do quarterlies. You have to. That's too onerous. There's too much information going for a small company to put together financial reports every quarter. It's ridiculous. But trading updates, fine. It's in a couple of paragraphs. You can do that. And they should do, because they're trading, I imagine, is doing very well. Do you remember at the start of the train strikes, everyone was worrying about it? But now people just work around it, don't they? These train strikes, just get on with it. And, it's just seen as how it is. So I don't think they're being effective in that. So, like I said, they're always busy. I think they're going to knock the ball at the park. Let me get the broker note up. Let's see what they say. Yeah, but as I say, even we had... Megan was trying to book yesterday, right? The one in Southampton here. And even that's pretty much, a lot of it's booked. We're talking about a month in advance here. You've got no chance of booking, a week before going. Put it that way. They're all fully booked up. So
that is probably because we are booking on a Saturday. To be fair, that's probably if you tried to book probably this week during the week, you'll probably be all right.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. So the estimated to do 40 million in revenue this year, 52 next year. That's EBITDA 6.1 this year, 10 million of EBITDA next year. Pre-tax profit about 2.2 this year, and 6 million of profit next year. So, and they're also pending a dividend for this year and next year. So the dividend is pending. So what's not to like? Hey, what's not to like about that? Hey,
I just like it to start looking like a positive in my portfolio. That's all.
Yeah, I just they need a bit of they need a bit more
for all of this. We've been with them for a very long time now, thanks to some great recommendations by you. But at some stage, it would be lovely if this was actually in profit.
It'd be nice to have you raving about the 50p mark again. That would be very nice.
Well, do you know what? That genuinely is going to happen. If you put that, let's have a look. Where's the thing? Where's it? Even if you put that, EBITDA for 2024 on a factor of 10, that's 100 million market cap. That's 100 million market. We're now at 25 million, shy of 25 million. So that's a full bagger right there. So it'll get there, and it's going to get bigger and better, more efficient as well. Because in this market, you just got to have a bit of patience as well. Because it's awful. We are in a market where people sell on any rise, any sign of anything worrisome. People sell all the time. Sell.
I read an article this week in the news about the war with Putin. I don't know. Apparently, he's been sending, well, not him personally, but the Kremlin have been sending out not press releases, but information to the media in Russia. Like, if they lose the war, this is the spin they need to put on it. So, and apparently that went out this week. So it's looking more likely that they're kind of going, we might lose this, which is quite positive.
Well, so hang on. Listen, I had to pick the phone up there because Megan was calling me. She's got to Asda to buy some clotted cream. She's gone to some friend's house.
Well, that was clearly very important.
For scone, yeah. And then she just called me then. And I thought it was an important call. She said, didn't I tell you the clotted cream be gone already? She's calling me for that. That is not. And so I missed your update there. You read about an article about the Russian war or Ukraine war. What did you say? Did you say a fight between a bit of a scuffle, really, between the Ukrainian minister and the Russian minister? I
got confused. I had to read that twice because I thought it was a Russian person ripping the flag off, but it wasn't. It was a Ukrainian MP taking it, wasn't it?
No.
And then a Russian person taking it back off them.
No, it was the other way around.
No, it wasn't. It was that way around.
The Ukrainian guy was holding the Russian flag behind the Russian guy, right? And then another Russian guy came across and grabbed the flag, and that was the older guy with grey hair.
No, he was Ukrainian guy.
No,
basically, it was Russian. It was a Russian person taking a photo or doing an interview in front of the Ukrainian flag. So a Ukrainian MP didn't want it on there, so he ripped it away. And the guy who took it off the old guy was a Russian guy. It was a bit backwards.
No, I read it. I saw the thing. Russian and Ukrainian delegates fight the Union flag conference. So I had to read it because so
reread it and see if you come to the same, because I had to reread it about 3 times. I was like, oh right, okay, so it's not what I thought it was.
A Russian delegate. No, the footage shows the Russian delegation secretary Valery Stavitsky snatching a Ukrainian flag out of the hands of his Ukrainian counterpart.
Yeah, but the original guy is the guy who took it off the flagpole.
What? No, Alexander unfilled the flag.
Anyway, yeah, you're right. It's not.
Anyway. Sorry. Yeah, we got off sticks and shares there. We took my flag there. So, anyway, Stephen, what did you say about losing the war? They're going to lose the war.
Everyone else heard, just apart from you.
I know. Sorry. Go on. Megan was informing me there's no clotted. Panic, everyone! There's no clotted cream in Asda. Go on.
Well, this is 5 minutes of the podcast we're never going to get back, isn't it?
This is where AI comes in. Just edit this bit out.
Yeah, just delete it out. Yeah.
AI, edit out this bit, yeah? I'll just chuck in the AI editor. Go on then.
Basically, Putin or the Kremlin have been sending out information packs to the media state media basically saying if they lose the war, this is the spin they need to put on it. So apparently it's the first time they've kind of admitted there could be a chance that they might lose it, which is obviously quite
That'll be a boost,
I
yeah,
think.
to be a boost for the markets. And then also, have you seen that Wagner chief blames Russian generals for losses?
Well, he's also, didn't he say if he doesn't get munition in when by the 10th of May, is it? And they're going to literally pull out.
Yeah, he's giving up,
stop.
isn't he?
Yeah, they're going to give up.
Yeah.
That'd be good if that happens. Because if they haven't literally got the ammunition to give to them and they do pull out, well, that'll kind of be a big win for the Ukrainians, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Now, Ukrainian MP punches a Russian delegate. The Ukrainian punched him. That was the guy.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it was. The Ukrainian was holding up a flag behind the Russian originally, who was having an interview. Then another Russian came over, grabbed the flag, and the Ukrainian swore and punched him. Because they were trying to get Russian...
I thought the original guy ripped it off a flagpole. I didn't realise they were holding it originally. Okay.
So what I said about... anyway, listen, so I emailed 2 companies, right, this week, and one was MoneySupermarket, and I said to them, hi, Investor Relations as it was, because it's a big company. I didn't expect a response, to be honest. Hi, I said, I'm an investor, just wondered what the company's plans are in respect of AI, or if you have a strategy. As you're probably aware, AI's presence has been rising recently, and the ability to transform most sectors. Many are saying companies who are early adopters of AI are likely to become market leaders and can extract. And this guy got back to me, he says, hi, Justin. His name is Ronke. Ronke, his name is. Where's that from? Ronke. Ronke. Ronke Fadipe. Anyway, Ronke says, thanks for your email. We definitely see AI as an opportunity more than a threat. We started trialling the use of ChatGPT in the group, and we'll continue to explore other ways to incorporate it into other propositions. So watch the space. Also,
this call end with, if you want to speak to a real person, please call this number.
Yeah, it says, also, we already use machine learning in marketing, for instance, to optimize your pay-per-click bidding on Google. Hope that makes sense. So there we are. So it's nice to see that certain companies adopting it, because in that space, I mean, you'll see over the years, I mean, it's already happening, isn't it, I suppose? You're doing an email on Google, and it sort of fills it in for you. Is that AI? Is that predictive? Is that
no, that's just cookies.
No.
There's no intelligence in there. It's just, it knows, it says, right, that's your name. Okay, this is the name you type into that box most often. It's just a Google cookie.
No, but what about when it fills in sentences that you're writing that comes up with different ends of sentences?
There's an element of it being very basic AI, I guess, isn't it?
Must be, yes, because it fills in a thing. Yeah.
I don't think it's any intelligence. I think it's just a logic thing.
Anything AI which auto does something is effectively AI, isn't it? No matter how simple it is.
I mean, that makes traffic lights AI, doesn't it?
Well, no, because they're on a timer, aren't they? They're not really.
Yeah.
They're not looking at anything to change anything. Are they? They're just on a loop.
Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it? You find most companies now are saying they've got AI, and you think, what is it? Have you really got artificial intelligence, or is it just artificial, timers? I don't know what you got, but yeah. But anyway, that's yeah. So where we were talking about before that, yeah, XP Factory, yeah, it's a good company, and it's going to go well. It's just at the moment, it's markets. There's no news out there. It's going to be, they will have some news out because when was the last? I'm sure that their final results will be coming out for 2022. We've seen the trading update anyway for 2022, so we know what it's going to be. It's 22 million in revenue, pretty much. Yeah, so look at that. 10 million from Escape Hunt. Yeah, so it's good. Cash in, but it's fine. It's all good.
Did you sell out of E-Energy Group just?
Yes.
So that seems to have had a bit of a rise this week.
Yeah, it often does that. As soon as I'm out, it rises. Oh, this week? No, it's been rising for a while, isn't it? But no, I still believe there's excellent growth there. I just got put off by the debt. No, it hit like 2.6 pence. And now it's up to 6 pence, or 5.8. Yeah, 5.5. So yeah, it's doubled. This is why I think the market, guys. This is why I think we are at the market bottom here, because pretty much stock, almost every stock has bounced. We've had it in bottom around October time, or it started the year October, and everything's sort of bounced now. And all the entire market. And if you look at like the S&P 500 in America, which is the biggest sort of index around, then even that hit October low. And it hasn't gone back there. So of all the worry in the news and all that, 6 months that's been now since the low. Now, it's very rare you see a technical bounce taking 6 months to play out, a test of a lower low. So I think we are in this range, but I think it will be a range because of, inflation. It's a bit sticky. The labour market in America, what the Fed wants to do, the Fed head wants to do is ideally he wants people to be laid off. Because people who are earning money spend money. That's the trouble, and that's why keeping prices high. He won't say it. Well, he will. They have sort of said it. They want the labour market to soften. They've had figures out yesterday, and they're not. People are still being employed. So it's not affected. So I don't think we'll ever.
Maybe they just need to pay them more money, and then the inflation will go down.
Yeah, how does that work then? It's counterintuitive.
Surely, if they get paid more money, they'll spend more money.
That's the trouble. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Sorry, I'm just thinking that one through. Give me about 10 seconds.
yeah, I'll give you a bit of time for that. It'd be nice if actually the head of the Fed said that. What we're going to do is pay people more money and inflation will come down. Jerome, how do you work that out? People will spend more, surely. Yeah. Give me a few minutes.
If wages keep track with inflation, then inflation is not important, is it?
Well,
as long as they match totally, then it's not an issue.
It's not going to be matched totally, is it? It's obviously
that's what I mean. So just pay them more money. Pay them. Keep wages in line with inflation, and inflation is not a problem.
Some people though would not be paid the same because they'd be skint, wouldn't they? The price of pasta goes up. They can't afford to buy pasta because they're still the same wage.
But if their wages have gone up with the same percentage as pasta, then they can buy the pasta. It's not a problem.
Yes, it will be a problem. Yes, but the value of money goes down, doesn't it? Essentially. So,
but that's not a problem. So long as.
But it's never going to be like that, is it? Because you've got different currencies around the world, so some currencies get stronger. You can't have everyone going up having the same pay rise altogether. You can push a button and everyone gets the same pay rise, can you? It doesn't happen. And many people will be poor off. And in fact, the money that people get pay rises are largely the people doing well off anyway, so they can afford to get paid.
Well, exactly.
And the people who are poor don't get it. People are,
exactly. This is exactly the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, very exactly. Anyway, was there any other news out of the companies, boys? Any of the company news? Do any of you own my favourite stock at the moment, Destiny Pharma? No?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I've listened to your tips on it. It does make sense, but it's not in my destiny at the moment.
Okay, well that's the. I honestly, I keep saying this. People will catch on sooner or later, and when they start rising, people realise, oh, in fact, we should have gone into that. Because, like I said, they go into phase 3 trials. That's massive. And if people said, "Oh, well, Plarion, went into phase," but it's the FDA that knocked them back. And the FDA, there's only going to be good news on Destiny's Pharma now. They've got cash. There's only going to be good news, positive news, for like a year or so. And then the scary news will come when they're going towards FDA. But this is not... In fact, another drug. They've got actual human data, not from mice or from models on the desktop models, of data of how their drugs are reacting in people. Their safety, efficacy profiles are very good. They're better than comparable products out there. And in fact, they're cheaper as well. So it's going to be massive. As I said, 3 brokers, 750% up their targets are on this. And not only that, that will more than likely double when they get a deal on their second drug, which is bigger. And I just think, what's going to be bad about this? What's the bad news here? There's no bad news. There's going to be no bad news at all because they're not going to have any pivotal trials happening until next year. And before that, they'll have a deal on their second asset. So people will get it in the end, and then they'll be sort of a couple of % behind. It will rise. It's just been so oversold. There are some stocks out there silly oversold compared to where they were. This is where the opportunities are in a bear market to make some very decent money. Very decent money. Very, very decent. So anyway, there we are. Anything else? What else? Anything else, boys? Anything else with anything? What are you doing this weekend for the Coronation, boys? Anything nice?
I kind of feel like I need to eat some Coronation chicken for some reason because there's a lot of people been talking about that over the last couple of days.
Yeah, we have that quite often in our house. I quite like Coronation chicken, but
there's a lot of like chef people been doing like special dishes with Coronation chicken, and I'm like, I kind of fancy a Coronation chicken sandwich. So
I tell you, people going on about this Coronation. I just switch the TV off. I hate it. I just throw the TV out the window. I find it disgusting. And even the other day, I was travelling on the M4. I was hungry, so I went into the service station to buy a sandwich, right? And I like Coronation chicken. And in the Waiter's shop in there, they had King Coronation chicken sandwich, and I didn't have it. I had a different sandwich that didn't taste as nice. That's the level of my disgust. I didn't actually eat a sandwich I liked because I had King Coronation on it. And I regret it now. But why have they got to put his name on everything? It's not King Coronation. It's a Coronation chicken sandwich, okay? I know he's invented the Coronation, I know that. But they don't have to brand him all over it. They're just making them viable, you know? They're just justifying where they are. Every time we can give airspace, airtime, it makes people think, yes, this is a nice tradition. We should carry on giving these white entitled people lots of money and let them avoid tax because they raped and pillaged our ancestors better than we did to them. Let's celebrate that, yes? They stole from us, yes? Let's respect them for that. And I don't want to, frankly. Yeah? Okay, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, great.
But is your missus a royalist, Pad, when you're not? Is she liking it?
She's starting to come around to my way of thinking.
Yeah, I'm starting to see sense. Yeah. Just exactly.
Let's ever so slightly. Yeah. I've just managed. I don't have the need to. We don't have to agree on everything, but I just wanted to make a slightly more questioning of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't hate them. For me, the problem is that it sets up this sort of class issue which we have in this country, which is sort of baked in from the very top. I'm not suggesting we behead or anything.
I know.
I'm not.
I agree with that part.
No, but people see that as a wider evil. I genuinely begin to hate them now. I'm saying it's them, and of course they are. If they were decent humans, say what we're doing actually here is wrong. We're giving an example of people being born into entitlement when there's people struggling.
That's exactly the
and
problem.
we are backing this up and we're pushing this all the way. We're promoting this as much as we can. We're on mainstream TV and we're doing our best to keep us up there in the standing of inequality, and it shouldn't. You shouldn't be doing that. If they're decent humans, listen, let's give some of those treasures back that we nicked from different islands around the world. Let's actually distribute some of the cash we've got to good causes. Let's actually pay tax. Let's actually not avoid it. Whatever else does, inheritance tax.
They choose to pay tax.
No. But listen,
they don't have to.
They're very opaque about their finances. Honestly, they're very
completely. But I think but people fixate on them as a family far too much, and for me, they're such an irrelevance. Like the bigger problem is the fact that this country doesn't have a proper constitution, and that we continually, for some reason, still assume that anyone with a posh accent knows better than anyone else. Yeah. And if you are not from a posh family or a posh background or go to a posh school, you are inhibited from moving up the social chain until you either pretend to be or get some money. That's the bigger problem, and it all stems from this very weird thing that we've got at the top of our government and our country.
Yeah, I just find it completely bizarre when you see these people, intelligent people, fawning and smiling and shaking the hand of Prince Charles. He's a human. He was just born. He's no better than you or I, okay? And that's where I come, and I believe that about any human. If someone's achieved something in the world of sport or anything or medicine, fair enough, they've achieved it, and I'd have respect for them. But the fact that you're just born and we're given lots of money and you avoid taxes, to me, that garners no respect from me whatsoever. And he's there lauding it, and it is entitlement. That word, they walk around like, I'm entitled. I'm better than you because I was born in this family. No, you've done nothing to achieve that. They've done nothing at all to achieve that. And I find that really bizarre, absurd. Having just standing there in the mall, just staring at another human who's done nothing, essentially. And it's really backed up by herd mentality and brain deadness. And I think these people are brainwashed if they've got a brain at all. Because move on, guys. Let's just celebrate someone else who's done well in life, who's helped people, And they've had to help people with charities, but they very rarely visit their charities. They don't see them from year to year. Just put their name next to them. Can we have your name next to our charity? Thank you, sir. That's it.
But also the idea that our country would not survive if we didn't have them. This is what I have to keep on reminding Nat, is that, every country around Europe used to have a monarchy, and not many of them, well, some of them still do, but they're not playing an active role in anything, and they still survive fine. Like France is the most visited country in the world, and people still go to all the palaces and still do all the historic stuff. They just don't have a monarchy.
Exactly. It's fine. When people come over, tourists come over, they don't come here to see Prince Charles. They don't see him. They just look at the Buckingham Palace and all that stuff. It's fine. Still have that. Exactly. Do you know what I think about quite nice? I saw an interview on Twitter, I think it was, and they were asking about should Prince Andrew come and should Prince Harry come? And people were more in favour of Prince Andrew coming than Harry. And I thought, is it because Harry's damaged the family? The family damaged them, I thought, well, hang on a sec. What about Andrew? And then no, but he hasn't damaged the family. It's just what he's done. And I thought, shut up. And then, what do I love? I loved Harry to just turn up there, really drunk, off his face, and just start shouting at people. You don't want my missus to come. You hate me. And then jumping on stage with the celebs, drunk, and just just falling over and grabbing people. I'd love that. I would love that. I would watch the Coronation if Harry was off his face and he was stumbling around Westminster Abbey, falling over people. And just ranting. I would love that. That would make it something worth watching, wouldn't it?
Or maybe that will happen later.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, Steve, sorry, that all stemmed from Steve saying he wants some Coronation chicken. It's your fault, Steve.
Funny how you go on a tangent, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Coronation chicken in itself, I mean, there's probably, you can make a documentary just about that. Like, that is a very weird thing, isn't it? That is the British bastardizing flavours that they've stolen from around the world to make it into some weird thing that they've decided is nice.
Yeah, celebrate the Coronation.
Or am I thinking too deeply about this?
It's so good. It is good, though, isn't it?
It is nice, yeah. The dish was invented by Constance Spree, a British food writer and florist, during the Coronation of Elizabeth II in 1953. No, she was commissioned.
So it is actually related to the Coronation, is it?
Yeah, she was commissioned to create a dish
that
could be served at the Coronation banquet. And
so she stole a load of curry and just stuck some sweet stuff in it, and boom.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I do like it, to be honest. I do. If there's one thing that's good that's come out of the Coronation, this Coronation chicken. That's it. So that's it. Yeah. Anyway, on that positive note,
wonderful.
I just typed that into ChatGPT. I do worry about whether it's just going through all my folders and files and checking out what's on my computer and everything. I do worry about that, but hopefully they won't do that. But it's worth trying it. OpenAI. It's worth just putting things in there, because that's the way search engines will go in future, won't they? Just come up with answers.
Yeah. Well, how do you think it's learning?
That's what
it's learning
Bing's
by
doing
you
already,
giving. It's giving you giving it access to your computer, and it's learning everything about you, so it can pass it on to everyone else.
I thought that is because this guy from Microsoft was saying that we don't do that now. It's basically you give it something like you give it permission whether it look at your history or other people's. Some people say no, other people say yes, and I think, well, how do I know? How do I know if it's looking in my history or not? It's cleverer than me. Anyway, lovely, boys. Have a nice weekend. Speak to you next week.
Have a good Coronation, guys.
Bye. See you later.
The Share Pickers Weekend Podcast with Justin, Paddy, Peter and Steve. The content of this podcast is not intended as investment advice. It is for information purposes only. People in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy anything based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.